The woman had simply fired an employee for slacking off at work. She never expected it would cause a complete power outage across the entire city. All operations in the company were immediately shut down. Fortunately, the fired young man hadn't gone far. He tapped a few keys on a computer, and the electricity came back on. It turned out, the young man's job had been to handle emergencies like this, but the woman had just returned from abroad to take over the company. All she saw was that he arrived late to work and was not at his desk during office hours. Without asking for any explanation, she fired him on the spot. Back in her office, the woman received a phone call from her father. He asked if everything was going smoothly at the company. She told him everything was going well and told him to focus on his recovery. Her father reminded her that there was an electrician in the company who was not only a pillar of the business, but also the son of his close friend. She had met him as a child. The father had always wanted him to be her husband someday. He encouraged her to spend more time with the young man. The woman looked down at the employee ID card on her desk. The name on it matched exactly with the young man her father had just mentioned. What she didn't know was that another employee overheard her phone call. That man happened to share the same name as the fired young man. He decided to impersonate him and pretended to reconnect with her. Meanwhile, the female CEO of another company heard the young man had been fired. She was overjoyed. The young man was a well-known power grid expert. She had been trying to recruit him for 5 years. She quickly approached him and offered a $5 million annual salary, plus company shares, to get him to join her company. Back at the woman's company, there was another sudden power outage. Employees began complaining. Many files hadn't been saved, and all their work was lost. The woman told the impersonator to fix the problem, but 3 hours went by, and the power still hadn't been restored. The woman blamed the man, questioning how, as an expert, he could be so helpless. The man quickly explained that this was a large-scale citywide outage, and he didn't have access to the central grid. Suddenly, the woman had an idea. If her company could fix the city's electricity, they would become famous. She rushed with the impersonator to meet the Power Bureau chief. She insisted that her company was world-class in global electrical systems and promised to deliver a satisfactory result. The bureau chief told the man to give it a try. After a while, the lights came on. The woman and the chief were overjoyed, but the happiness was short-lived. The power went out again. The woman quickly called the man, asking in a whisper what had gone wrong. The man had no idea how to fix it. On the phone, he blamed the woman for showing off in front of the chief, then angrily hung up on her. The female CEO accompanied the young man back to the company. When the employees saw him, it was like seeing a savior. The young man said, "The city's current power grid system was still an outdated model from the last century. He had warned before that if it wasn't updated in time, it would eventually crash." The young